In its latest unforgivable act of evil on the international stage, the United States chose to stand alone in denying the undeniable, that being the starvation crisis in Gaza. Yes, every Security Council, UN Security Council member, other than the United States, says that the famine in Gaza is a man-made crisis. But not us. Not America, the shining city on the hill. Oh, purveyor of values to guide a world, to guide a species. We just don't think it's man-made. We think it's something else. What do we think is causing it? I mean, again, they're eating brunch 2 miles to the east. The food is sitting on the other side of the gates that the IDF is not allowing it to pass by. Where exactly do we think this famine is coming from? But America doesn't want you to think that they're cruel or that they're turning a blind eye while also being an active participant in this ongoing ethnic cleansing of Gaza. No, they say it's a big bad situation and something needs to be done. Just like nothing big, nothing consequential. Like, could we just comment on the famine but not actually force Israel to stop intentionally starving kids in Gaza? Yeah, I would prefer not to do that. And so I guess the good news is that other than America, everybody agrees with what is happening. They say it is man-made because it is. Another 10 Palestinians died of starvation on Wednesday. Sorry, no, I'm doing that thing that the media does. It happens sometimes in my writing and in the media where we go passive. 10 more Palestinians were starved to death by Israel. That's what happened. They didn't passively, abstractly die. The food was right over there. They couldn't get it because that's one of the tactics that the IDF is using in this war. So these Palestinians were killed and the weapon was starvation. That was the strategy. The plan was put into effect and it was successful in killing 10 more Palestinians. Now, the number of people that Israel has starved to death is 313 officially that we actually know of. 119 of them are children. 119 kids were so deprived of calories that their bodies shut down and they died as people had birthday parties in Israel just a couple miles that way. And they went to a restaurant and they thought, do I want the burger or do I want the chicken sandwich? I don't know. I had the burger yesterday. I'll probably have the chicken sandwich now. Maybe a salad, maybe something farm to table, maybe something locally produced or organic. I have a lot of choice because my government isn't choosing to starve me. They're choosing to starve the people right over there on the other side of the wall. And it is working. They're killing these people. Now, so far, the number of Palestinians that are being murdered through the weapon of starvation is a tiny minority of the total number of Palestinians that are being murdered, and that's true for the kids as well. More kids in Palestine are being shot in the head and the chest by IDF soldiers than are being starved. But bear in mind, this thing is just spooling up, and in a few weeks or in a month or two, it might be far worse than it is right now. But while I, a jackass on YouTube, can identify this, our representatives to the UN can't, and the State Department doesn't care. And Donald Trump, behind closed doors, he's really irritated with this whole thing. But the issue is that he's the submissive in the relationship with Benjamin Netanyahu. So what's he gonna do about it? Get off his back. He's only the president of the United States. What do you expect him to do? He's only the leader of the free world. He only has thousands of nukes at his hand. He only provides billions of dollars in funding to Israel every single year. He just doesn't have any tools to influence Israel to stop intentionally starving these people. And so on today's episode of the Damage Report, we get to say that 10 more died. And likely, that was yesterday, by the way, likely there is a person, probably at least one kid in Gaza right now who is in the final moments of their life as food rots on trucks just a few miles away, okay? They're dying right now. And by tomorrow's episode, they will have died. And all of this is according to plan. It's not a bug, it's a feature. This is intentional. And for the desperate parents of those kids or family members, because it's not just kids that are starving, adults are starving too. The cruelty knows no bounds. It's floor to ceiling evil here. They will be forced to go to the couple of locations where aid is distributed. They will be funneled into these areas, big crowds. And at the first sign of anything that scares the most easily scarable soldiers in world history, then the guns will come out and the bullets will be flying and even more people will die, because these parents were so desperate to feed their kids that they will knowingly put themselves into the line of fire, and more will die. And America sees this, we know this. By the way, some media is doing a pretty good job in this. I do think that they do that passive abstract thing where like Palestinian people just die somehow. Nobody killed them or anything, but they are doing good reporting. In fact, later on in the show, we're gonna be giving you a breakdown CNN did of one of the double tap strikes that they did. So like the media is doing better than we might have expected, but our government, absolutely nothing. Donald Trump, he who alone can fix the world's problems, utterly powerless in this case, utterly flaccid, nothing he can do. And more people will die and more people will die because that's the goal. The goal is like, God, if we could just get rid of these goddamn Palestinians, if we could, that is the goal. And America is an active participant in this. And anyone who defends this, whether you're a regular person out there, whether you're a member of our government, you will be the recipient of scorn and ridicule and hatred, and you goddamn should be. For the rest of your life, no matter how much time passes, no matter how much work you try to do to make it about something else or whatever, you should never be able to outrun your participation in one of the most regular and concentrated sites of evil that we have. It's not the only terrible situation happening in the world, but it's the one that we in America are the most actively supportive of. Let's move on to other topics. There's a lot here. I should also let you know, Tony Blair and Jared Kushner apparently were in a meeting at the White House on Gaza with a post-war plan, okay? What are we gonna do? They also discussed how to increase aid flows into Gaza. Of course. And it's complicated. I mean, how do we do it? I mean, I guess we could have the IDF stop seizing the trucks and turning them back and then refusing to allow the aid to be distributed. That's something that I guess we could do, but we'll set that aside. No, there's a meeting going on with Tony Blair, who admittedly at least was, he was a world leader at one point, and Jared Kushner, the guy shacking up with the president's daughter, is gonna help to determine what happens to Gaza after the Palestinians have been ethnically cleansed. Why exactly? Sorry, I ask silly rhetorical questions sometimes. We already know why, because Jared Kushner is gonna make untold sums of money developing hotels and resorts in the land stolen from the Palestinian people. That's why he's in this goddamn meeting. And look, we don't know exactly what Trump's involvement in this, what he had to say, but I know what he's been saying about this topic. I know that he shared the most insane, deranged, deep fake video of resorts in Gaza or whatever, Trump resorts in Gaza. As people are being mowed down by Israeli soldiers, Trump was like, hey, what if we had like beachfront property or whatever? Now, maybe he's matured since then. He was a young man when he shared that video. He was only 79 years old. Maybe he's better now, I don't know. We do know that Trump has previously pushed on both Jordan and Egypt to take in Palestinians to clean out Gaza. Clean out is a slightly more palatable term than ethnically cleanse, I suppose. Yeah, I'd put that in the headline. Ethnic cleansing triggers some people for some reason. But yeah, the Palestinian people who've lived there for countless years or whatever, we're gonna just take you and we're gonna bundle you up into a truck. We're just gonna send you to some other country. Jordan, Egypt, South Sudan, the Philippines, I don't know, whoever will take you. We don't care. We don't consider you to be real people. And that land is valuable, not for you. You don't deserve it. But I think that Israeli developers and American developers could really make a killing when it comes to developing that land. And so that's what he's previously discussed. Maybe he's got a different position now. I wouldn't stake the future of my people or my society on it. I imagine most Palestinians wouldn't trust Trump as far as they could throw him. And I think that if they were given the opportunity, they'd throw him pretty far. But in any event, yeah, he said, yeah, send him to Jordan and Egypt temporarily or could be long term. That's what it is. It's just they're never, ever, ever going to be able to return. Let's just be very clear about that. All of this, every step of the most transparent genocide in world history, it's all been there for you to see. Every fact, all the statements. These Israeli government officials, they're not hiding the plan. This is all totally public. No, we're going in there, we're manufacturing a series of crises, and we're just gonna take the land. That's what we're going to do because we know that America is going to allow us to do it. All of this is happening in full plain sight, okay? And anyone who has even one iota of ability to influence the outcome who has chosen not to do that should be identified and again, the lifelong recipient of the world's scorn. In any event, yeah, they're discussing on Wednesday, finally, we'll end on this. How do we get more humanitarian aid into Gaza? We need to expand the food plan, the distribution method, which again, Israel determined the distribution method, which was not designed to distribute the food efficiently. It was designed to efficiently corral Palestinians into a tighter and tighter percentage of the southern geography of Gaza. That is what the plan is, okay? And yeah, we need to get this fixed. I want to remind everyone, do you remember some jackass in Florida was like, hey, wouldn't it be a goof if we fed migrants to alligators? And then 48 hours later, they were landing planes in Alligator Alcatraz. They built it like that when they cared. When again, the goal was cruelty, when it was evil. Oh, they did it very fast. And again, you don't even need to build the infrastructure in the case of Gaza. You literally just need to say to Israel, if you continue to stop this aid from flowing into Gaza, you will not receive $1 single of our aid, military or otherwise, until the end of time. And they would bow to us. We could make them bow to us if we wanted to. We do not want to as a government. The people largely do, but the people are irrelevant because America is not a democracy and hasn't been for a very long time. We could do that if we wanted to, but Donald Trump is not going to make Netanyahu bow to him. Donald Trump can't even see Netanyahu. His lips are pressed to the floor because he is, for some reason that I will never understand, bowing down to a country that we have given literally hundreds of billions of dollars of aid to. Again, none of this makes any sense to a rational person.